Yeah, thank you for joining this new lecture and this new course. Welcome to this new course. In this session, we are going to talk about the importance of smart contract security audit in the blockchain and crypto space. You can see from this diagram the percentage of value stolen from DeFi protocol by attacks types from 2020 to 2022 Q1. You can see that we have a variety of security attack. We have the security breach, we have the flash loan, and we have the code exploit. So these are the most attacks that has been launched on blockchain and crypto system since 2020. And we can see that we have flash loan in 2020. Flash loan were implemented hugely in the ecosystem. It is actually a special type of attacks that helps attacker or hacker manipulate the price and remove a huge amount of funds from these protocol. So it's actually really interesting attack. We also have the code exploit, how you can see here. So we can see that the code exploit has the much it's actually much represented from 2020 to 2022. And what does it mean? Code exploit is actually means that these DeFi platform running on smart contract or powered by smart contract, had some vulnerabilities in their smart contract. Because what you need to do is that DeFi is based on smart contract. All the DeFi platforms, all the decentralized finance platform are created out of smart contracts. So code exploit here means that all these smart contracts had some vulnerabilities lying inside. So it's really important to understand that. And this is why, we need to go through the course and understand how we can actually fetch some of them, because these exploit, steal people's fund, steal investors' fund, and, it's bad for the community, and it's not really good for the blockchain and crypto adoption around the world. So you need to understand these, attack. If you are an investor, if you are a CEO, if you are a blockchain developer, or even a blockchain professional, it's really important because security matters a lot in this area. Now that we've seen that, we're going to see another report. You can see the destination of stolen fund, where people are actually putting these, money after install. Now we can see another report. You can come down here. Yeah, the biggest cryptocurrency theft from 2021 and 2022. You can see that the different platform that has been hacked. Okay, we have Poly Network, we have Bitmart, we have BetterDAO, and we have Venus. You can see all these platforms. And also in 2022, we can add the Binance breach, because the Binance breach was hacked in 2020. Okay, it's really important to understand that. And yeah, that's why smart contract security is important, because it helps secure your customer fund. And sometimes, it's a huge amount of money. People lost billions of dollars. No, it's not really interesting, because when you invest, you need to see a return. So there are different kind of attacks that can happen that you need to know to be able to secure not only your fund, but also the community and the blockchain growth, the blockchain adoption. So if you are a professional blockchain, if you are a cybersecurity willing to get into the blockchain space, this is for you. And see you in the next lecture. Yes, thank you for joining this new lecture and this new session. In this session, we are going to talk about smart contract auditor salary. But before talking about that, we need to understand what is actually smart contract audit process. So smart contract audit process is the way of finding vulnerabilities on smart contract. And a smart contract is actually a set of code that is written and deployed into the blockchain. So most or all the DeFi platform out there work based on smart contracts. So it's really important to understand that. So a smart contract auditor is going to review the code, logic, the architecture, and the security measure, to these platforms to be able to help, these platform, get more secure. It's really important to understand that. So now that we've seen that, what are the smart contract auditor salary out there? You can see it from here. For, based on your experience, we can have entry-level smart contract auditor can make around 50K to 80K dollars, US dollars. So as a mid-level blockchain salary, you can have from 80K to 120K. It's really important. And sometimes it depends, to the region. It depends to where you live. And as a senior smart contract auditor, you can make more than 200K per year of dollars. So it's really important. They have deep knowledge, track record, and successful audit. It's really important. So you have to take time to reach this level. So it's really important to understand this, because smart contract audit, is a booming field around the internet right now. It's a booming field around the blockchain space right now, because everyone is trying to create a blockchain solution, but they need to secure the solution. That's why we need smart contract auditor to be able to help secure the funds that has been invested in this decentralized platform. Yeah, thank you for joining this new session. In this session, we are going to talk about denial of service attack on a transaction perspective. Yeah, thank you for joining this new lecture and this new session. In this session, we are going to talk about denial of service attack and how it can actually take place on the blockchain. So we are going to talk about it from a transaction perspective. And now we've seen, how a denial of service attack can be operated on a traditional IT system. And we also saw about the distributed denial of service attack. Now we're going to dive deep into how this kind of attack can be launched in a blockchain network from a transaction perspective. So you need to understand exactly how transaction actually take place. It's true that we talked about it in a proof of work, but now we need to talk about it in this specific concept for you to be able to understand exactly how it works. So we have Alice here and we have Bob. So what you need to understand is that for a transaction to be validated into the blockchain by miners, it has to follow a certain path, okay? Once Alice sends a transaction on the blockchain, miners have to compete each other, as you know, to be able to validate the transaction. And once it is done, the transaction goes into the blockchain so that all the nodes can have a copy of that. But what you need to know is that in real time, there are many transactions that people are actually, sending over the network, so that once Alice actually sending a transaction, there are other transactions that are actually waiting to be mined or to be, validated by miners, okay? And all these, transaction goes into what we call the main pool or the transaction pool. This is the main pool or the transaction pool. So the main pool actually, has all the transactions that are not yet, been mined, or that are going to be mined or validated by the different nodes. It's really important to understand that. So imagine that Alice is sending, many transactions, let's say many transactions under a certain period of time, and Bob does the same thing, is actually sending many transactions, under a certain period of time, what is going to happen is that all these transactions that they are actually sending is going to go to the main pool, okay? Because the blockchain cannot process all these transactions once. It's going to get into the main pool, and these transactions that you can see here are going to get into the main pool. Okay, these are the transactions. So the main pool is going to be saturated because Alice and Bob are going to send huge amount of transaction under a certain period of time, and it will cause the network congestion. So the network is going to be congested because there are many transactions, and all these transactions are going to get, into the main pool because they are yet to be mined. And once the main pool is saturated, what is going to happen is that it can cause, network latency because of too much transaction. So the node are going to work, twice or, 3 times like they used to, and it can cause also the, node crashing because the node is going to going over its real capacity. Okay, so the first thing it can cause is actually what we call the network, latency. All the nodes are going to be less performant because they'll have to, manage a huge number of transactions that they are not actually used to. And also the software itself, okay, the consensus algorithm software can crash too because it also has a certain amount of transaction that it cannot handle. So this is just an illustration, and that's what we call transaction flooding. To implement a denial of service attack on blockchain, you need to understand that it has to pass through transaction flooding because you flood the network with transaction, and all these transactions goes into the main pool. The main pool is actually the place where transactions that are yet to be mined stays. Okay, and once it is there, it's going to create, network latency. It's going to, ask to the nodes to, work more, and it can cause the nodes crashing down, and also the software running into each node, can crash because for some blockchain or for all the blockchain, there is certain limits of transaction that it can handle. Okay, per second. So it's really important to understand that. So thank you for listening to me, and see you in the next section.